Cairnwood is a National Historic Landmark, and it's the oldest building within the Bryn Athyn Historic District. Today, Cairnwood is open to the public for special programs, for education, for historic tours, and also private rentals. Cairnwood during Christmas is a very special time of year. Visitors enjoy touring all 3 floors of the house, and many florists from our local community have supported Cairnwood by decking our halls. There are 11 mantles decorated, 6 Christmas trees, and it's really special to see the house all lit up with the warmth of the holiday season.
We are in the Great Hall of Cairnwood. Cairnwood was the home of John and Gertrude Pitcairn, and the very first Christmas celebrated here was in December of 1895. Christmas was a favorite time here, and we have our Christmas tree in the location where the family always had it. This was a bustling, happy family home for more than 85 years. The earliest accounts we have of Christmas at Cairnwood was written down by a young lady who came to the community when she was only 3 years old in 1898. She described coming into this amazing room with the barrel vaulted ceiling, seeing a roaring fire in this magnificent French fireplace here. The 2-story Christmas tree was decked out with more than 100 candles, and it was a huge impression on a child. You can imagine what that might have been like. This year's exhibition, entitled Variations in Vintage Velvet, focuses on the quintessential holiday fabric. Nothing says holiday drama like a sumptuous silk velvet with ornate, custom-made adornments and fur trim. So it really brings the spirit of the season to life. And each year with the exhibits, and they're different every year, it's our hope that we are in some small way paying tribute to these amazing women that had a true impact on the history of this community in the Bryn Athyn Historic District. The concept of pairing the dress collection with Christmas time and Christmas decorations is very much rooted in the fact that Cairnwood was a bustling, happy family home, and Christmas time was a very popular time of year here. The family members were here for more than 85 years, and there are so many people who have come through the halls that have very fond memories of this time period. It's a perfect time to focus on the women of the household. History has really focused on the accomplishments of their husbands, but these were the true matriarchs here. They were strong, intelligent, opinionated women that were really the silent driving force behind the history here in the community. This magnificent gown is extraordinary. It's in wonderful condition. Around 1885 is when the bustle was very popular. So this is really representative of a period where the bustle gets very exaggerated. So the dress collections include several pieces which belong to Mildred Glenn Pitcairn. She was married to Raymond Pitcairn, the oldest son of the family, and she was lady of the house from 1910 until 1939 when they moved to their new home, Glencairn. This magnificent piece is crafted with silk velvet. You can see the silk threads reflected in the iridescence in the natural light, and it's from 1920. The boxy shape and the drapiness of the 20s pieces was something that Mildred really loved because she refused to wear a corset. I'm standing next to one of Mildred Pitcairn's dresses from the 1920s. This one was made by one of her favorite seamstresses, Hannah Odner Edelman. Mrs. Edelman, as the Pitcairn family called her. She was quite an amazing seamstress, and many of the pieces for Mildred were actually designed by her husband Raymond, who had quite a flair and loved to include lots of historical references. This piece is made from silk again, and you have rabbit fur, wonderful details, like you see these beautiful little buttons all along the sleeves. Mildred was tiny, you have these tiny little wrists, but it gives the piece some really wonderful movement with the gold lame underneath. It's quite a unique piece. We're in the boudoir of the home now, which simply means sitting room, and this was a private space for the family members adjoining with the master bedroom. And as such, it was a favorite space through all the generations who grew up here. And in particular at Christmas time, it was in this room by this fireplace that the family members would hang their Christmas stockings. In this space, Raymond would work on designs for the dresses for his wife and also have the fittings for Mildred Pitcairn. But because of all of the family use of this space, it's a wonderful place to exhibit some of the adorable children's clothing that we have in the collection. And also there's a magnificent piece from the 1930s with the silk velvet coat and the fox fur collar. And that set belonged to Gabriel Pitcairn.
We're currently in the family gallery, which is located on the 3rd floor of Cairnwood. It was once the family playroom. In this gallery, it tells the story of the 4 generations of the Pitcairn family that called this home home. In 1980, Cairnwood was gifted, along with Glencairn, over to the Academy of the New Church. Cairnwood stood empty for a number of years until a group of volunteers rolled up their sleeves from the Bryn Athyn community and revitalized Cairnwood in 1995. They hosted a designer show house, and many enjoyed walking through Cairnwood's halls once again. In 2001, a few years later, after a generous donation from the Glencairn Foundation, Cairnwood was able to open to the public for private events and rentals. Since then, in 2008, Cairnwood became a National Historic Landmark along with Glencairn Museum and the Bryn Athyn Cathedral. And today, we are thrilled that thousands of people have been able to enjoy Cairnwood and build memories here. On behalf of the Cairnwood staff, the Cairnwood Board of Governors, and the Academy family, Merry Christmas.